What is up, everybody? Skratch coming up with another Raid Shadow Legends video. Today, we're gonna take the ultimate Deathknight into the Hydra clan boss. I feel like he is definitely a very powerful for that. And a lot of you guys out there that don't like the champion, trust me when I'm telling you that he is actually freaking solid for Hydra clan boss. I'm gonna explain you why in just a second. I'm gonna show you the build. I actually changed a couple of things on him since last night, since we've done the previous video. Basically, he brings a lot of stuff to the Hydra. I've told you he's gonna be solid. Right now, I have him built on Perception, Resistance, Immortal. I'm gonna show you the total stats in just a second. Basically, the A1 Provoke. Very important for the Head of Decay. That's the head that cleanses the rest constantly, gives them turn meter, shields. Is a very annoying head. This skill right here is gonna come in as a massive clutch. The A2, AoE decrease attack, Head of Rat, damage, bye-bye, you're not gonna do it. The A3 shield, continuous heal, we're gonna get to heal, we're gonna have a shield, so we're gonna take less damage. We're gonna keep our team alive. Actually, I was very impressed with him. I recorded an entire run on Brutal, and damn, I'm definitely gonna replace one champion from here on with this bad boy in my team. Too awesome to die. Now, this is kind of like the one trick in here. Whenever an ally is attacked, 100% chance to completely blocking one hit. Now, guess what exactly happens with the Head of Mischief? He is a single target attacker, the Head of Mischief, right? So, he's gonna attack a champion to steal his buffs, right? Because, why not? He's gonna go for my Geomancer, just as an example. Well, Too Awesome to Die comes in play. It redirects the entire hit on Ultimate Deathknight. If you have resistance on your Ultimate Deathknight, guess what? Geomancer is safe there with his buffs. Head of Mischief is gonna go back home without getting nothing, okay? He is so freaking amazing for this thing, actually. Not only that he comes in as a clutch with the heals and all the crazy things in his kit, but this passive is so freaking powerful to deal with the Head of Mischief. Let me show you the build quick on him. These are the stats that I have. 53k HP, 5.3k defense, 215 speed, 84 crit rate, 380 resistance. You need resistance for this. If no, it's not really gonna work. You wanna have accuracy as well. So if you gotta lower the HP, the defense, just to get better stats in terms of accuracy and resistance, definitely do it. 322 accuracy. That's why I have mixture sets. You see, I have resistance set, I have accuracy sets. Masteries, I have offense and support tree. Now this time around I changed. I went to War Master. We have lasting gifts. We have Master Hexer. Of course, we have Cycle of Magic. And pretty much everything else that could potentially help the champion with the build that we currently have. He is fully booked as a champion. I do have a resistance banner on him. I'm quickly going to show you the gear just in case, if you're wondering how you can achieve these stats. You see, so I went for resistance, accuracy, glyphs are very important, having a higher Great Hall. How I mentioned, I'm doing Brutal. Maybe you guys are only going to do hard Hydra, you know, so you're not going to need to have these stats for it. I actually talked in 1,000 videos about Hydra. I showed all the stats for each one of the heads. Feel free to check some of the very early videos on the Hydra where we're actually data mining all the information, what sort of stats they need for each difficulty and stuff. This is the helmet. Here you can drop the crit rate, you can drop the speed, just go for resistance, accuracy. We have the shield right here. You don't need to have an Immortal on, it's definitely not necessary. Surprisingly, I had no champions dying whatsoever for the very first time with a team format like this. It's the very first time when I literally have no champions dying in my team. Actually, thinking about it. Defense gloves, we have accuracy, resistance would have been nice instead of something else. We have a defense chest piece with a bit of accuracy. Speed boots, accuracy, resistance. We have the amulet right here, accuracy, resistance. You see the glyphs on their own, they're adding around 50-50. 50 accuracy, 50 resistance. I have a blood shield ring, just in case. And I have a resistance banner. So basically, guys, that's pretty much how it plays. Now, of course, if the Ultimate Deathknight has more buffs than one of other champions, the Head of Mischief is going to target him directly, you know. So that's why it's another good thing to keep in mind. You need to have resistance. Even Blood Shield accessory can help you, but it's not a necessity. Let's move over to the Hydra clan boss. As promised, guys, Ultimate Deathknight versus the Hydra. You're actually gonna be surprised. I was surprised to see that he is actually so freaking powerful for this. This is the team that we're gonna run. Sifi, Ugo, Geomancer, 2 Husks. If you don't have a Siphi, don't worry. You can replace her, for example, with Ursula the Mourner. She's actually very solid. Probably it's going to be a bit harder to get to 1 key because you don't have that increased speed, but you're still going to achieve pretty awesome results. Basically, guys, Ultimate Deathknight. Provoke on the A1. We're going to keep the Head of Decay controlled. He's not really going to get to cleanse or shield probably the entire run. Usually, this is my go team for Brutal, but instead of Ultimate Deathknight, I'm using either a Krisk, either I'm using Tomb Lord. Whenever I'm using those champions, I always have to revive. No matter if it's Krisk, no matter if it's Tomb Lord. One thing to keep in mind, when you're using Provoke champions on the Hydra, 1 is not enough. Even if I have Krisk in the team, I still need a second champion to provoke the Head of Decay to make sure that's never gonna take a turn. He's never gonna take a turn in case if somebody gets resisted. I gotta give you one thing. Ultimate Deathknight, top 15 Hydra clan boss in the entire game. He is definitely going on my list. He will definitely stay on my team. I never had to revive with this champion in the team because of everything that he brings. And the main idea is the Head of Mischief is getting clapped. That is undeniably the most annoying head on the Hydra clan boss. Probably you guys know it. I don't have to tell you, right? Constantly stealing buffs, stealing your turn meter. That's why you need to have resistance on DK because he's gonna take care of the head. Now, when you have a shield on your team, okay, and somebody is gonna attack the target, he's not gonna take damage unless the shield is broken. So the hit is not gonna get redirected to DK because the shield is still on the champion. That's gonna work for Arena, that's gonna work for everything, just so you guys know. That's how his passive works. If you don't have a shield, every single hit that goes on a different ally, single hit, not AoE, is gonna get redirected to him, which is actually huge. So when my Husk or my Geomancer will have 5 buffs instead of 4, like DK, the Head of Mischief is gonna try to grab those buffs from my Geomancer. The entire hit is gonna get redirected to DK, he's gonna get resisted, and the Head of Mischief is gonna get smacked and sent back home. That's what's gonna happen. That's why he is so freaking powerful here. The provoke constantly on the Head of Decay. If I don't manage to land it with him, I'm gonna try with Husk. With the other Husk, that's pretty much how it goes with the provoke. Attack down the Head of Rat, bye-bye damage, okay? Having that attack down is very, very important. And the shield and the continuous heal is what allows me to keep all my freaking team alive without actually requiring to revive anybody, okay? I'm gonna show you results with my previous team for the previous weeks just as an idea to see that I'm not messing around. This is kind of like my go team, but I'm just replacing one champion now, and that's Ultimate DK, and he's going to stay in my team 100%. I gotta say though, I freaking hate this slow animation. He runs funny, like he runs pretty funny, but it's super slow as an animation, and that kind of takes a bit longer to do the entire run, you know? If I'm gonna try to fast forward a bit, just to kind of like see where I'm gonna find that happening, because the Head of Mischief is kaput here. He stood no chance against us. Maybe here, let's just see. Or maybe a bit more like this. I just gotta get that Head of Mischief to take a turn, right? And redirect the hit so you guys can see it, that I'm not actually talking nonsense here. It does make sense. That's his passive though. So probably you guys know that I'm not talking nonsense in here. I'm gonna let it go a bit longer because I think I checked it before and I think it was at around 13 minutes, right? I feel like we're gonna get a turn. The shield is gonna expire and he's gonna attack Husk or Geomancer. I can't remember who he actually attacked. I had to pre-record the run, guys, because it's a pretty long thing. It's like 20 minutes long to do a Hydra run, you know. I didn't want it to keep you all guys here, you see. Target changed, resisted. Somehow he still managed to steal our turn meter. Is that 3% chance? But basically, all those buffs that I had on a Husk are still there safe. You know why? Because DK comes in play and covers your teammates. That's actually an amazing thing. I didn't thought about it yesterday because I wasn't sure exactly if the passive is gonna literally take the entire hit. If it's a weak hit, it's gonna go the same to DK. All the debuffs that would be landed on the ally are gonna go to DK if he's changing the target. This is actually freaking powerful. You guys have no idea. And I bet a lot of haters that hated on the champion this is a bad champion, why Plarium gives us bad champions, are thinking twice now. He's honestly not a bad champion whatsoever. He's not gonna break any accounts because he's not meant to. Like, I don't recall it when Plarium gave us a free Warlord. I never saw that, but maybe you guys seen it before. Ultimate DK, pretty freaking solid for Hydra Clan Boss. He's definitely gonna stay in my team. Let me know in the comments down below how many of you guys actually managed to try him in the Hydra Clan Boss. Super curious to find out. And let's go towards the end, man. Let's see kind of like the final results. That's how it works with the Head of Mischief. Super safe. I never play the run longer. Once I'm gonna get the damage, I'm gonna click escape myself. You see my team is still freaking safe here. I can go 50 more turns without a problem. Do 15 more million damage or maybe even more. But it's pointless. I don't need to waste all my time in here. It took 20 minutes to do the entire run. Now we're backing out. That's it. 31.94 million damage. More than enough. Siphi, she barely dealt any damage. 0 revives. Ultimate Deathknight, 1.4 million damage. He wasn't really built to deal crazy damage. And he's not really doing that much damage. He attacks with 2 skills. Ugo, again, she doesn't have Wardmaster. Geomancer, 10.8. Husk, 10.5. The other Husk, 8.4. But that is a wonky, brutal team, guys. How I mentioned, if you don't have a Siphi, feel free to use a Ursula the Mourner. Use a different champion that gives you increased defense. Having the resistance aura is pretty good as well because that helps Ultimate DK, might help some other champions. Let me show you what other teams I'm normally using on Brutal. So these are my go-to teams, you see. Right here, Skratch, we have the exact same team. Royal Guards instead of Husks because it might be a different rotation when I didn't really need a provoke. And I had Tomb Lord instead of him. This one right here, I think this is from... Okay, this is the same with the Royal Guards instead. Last week, I've done the same thing, but instead of the Royal Guards, I had Husks. I cannot find a screenshot in my Discord, actually. Maybe I missed taking the screenshots for the reset, because we're keeping a track. Every week, we're taking screenshots, so we see all the teams that are being used, just for the people to kind of like get ideas on what other teams they can use, and keep a track on who's doing Hydra and who doesn't. But that was all for this video, guys. Much love. Let me know in the comments down below, what do you think of Ultimate DK? Hands down, he is a top 15 Hydra champion in my opinion. I am curious to know your opinion as well. If you enjoyed the content, don't forget to smash that like, subscribe for more content because you know we're always dropping it. Appreciate all of you guys watching. Much love. Peace.